Good afternoon, Tech fans, and welcome to another edition of the Tech Sports Report. I'm your host, Matt Jenkins, here to bring you all the latest from Arkansas Tech athletic events from the past week and also look ahead to what's upcoming for Arkansas Tech athletics. Coming up on today's show, we will have Golden Suns defensive specialist Matti Dix on the show to talk about the upcoming Great American Conference Volleyball Tournament. Also joining us will be senior guard Kelsey McClure to talk about the start of the 2016-17 basketball season. We'll kick off today's show with highlights from this past Saturday's Golden Suns basketball home opener. The Golden Suns hosted the Lane College Dragons inside Tucker Coliseum. The Suns got off and running in this one as Anissa Pounds drains this long three-pointer to beat the buzzer on Tech's first basket of the ballgame. With seconds remaining in the quarter, the Golden Suns go on a breakaway as Danielle Frazier scores a bucket and draws the foul to give Tech a 24-13 lead at the end of the first quarter. And with time winding down in the second quarter, Cheyenne North beats the buzzer on this baseline shot to grab a 37-21 lead. In the third quarter, Brianna Williams fakes out this Dragon defender and knocks down this wide-open three-pointer to stretch the lead 57-29. Taylor Ely stretched the Suns' lead to start off the fourth quarter with this three-pointer at the top of the key to make it 63-29. And then late in the fourth quarter, Williams does a nice job of following her shot as she drives to the bucket and scores her 12th point off the bench. Arkansas Tech won the ball game by a final score of 81-51. Cheyenne North led the Golden Suns with 13 points, while Tech also getting a double-digit scoring effort from Brianna Williams and Ryan Goodsell off the bench with 12 points apiece. Tech as a team scored 37 bench points, and defensively the Golden Suns held the Dragons to just 30% shooting from the floor and forced 18 turnovers. The Wonder Boys basketball team also returned back to Tucker Coliseum for their final exhibition game of the season. The Wonder Boys hosted pro development team Living the Dream inside Tucker Coliseum. Brandon Williams ignited the Wonder Boys offense early on this fantastic reverse layup to tie the ball game up at 7 apiece. Later in the half, Williams continued his offensive onslaught as he buried this three-pointer from the corner, and then a few plays later, Grant Prusader launched this deep three-pointer to cap off a 25-9 run. The Wonder Boys would go into the half with a 50-36 lead, and Arkansas Tech's offensive poured it on in the second half. Montrell Williams beat his defender here and throws it down to stretch the Tech's lead to 75-51. Later in the half, Prusader's ball fake and fancy footwork in the paint led him to find Alex Brown open on the wing for an open three-pointer, making it a 99-57 ball game. And then Brandon Williams shows his ups on this high-flying dunk to end his big scoring run. The Wonder Boys won this ball game by a final score of 120-73. Brandon Williams led 8 Wonder Boys in double figures with 20 points off the bench on 7 of 11 shooting. Justin Graham packed the box score with 18 points on 6 of 7 shooting with 9 rebounds and 4 assists, while Benny LaFille added a double-double with 12 points and 13 rebounds off the bench. The Wonder Boys football team finished off their 2016 season traveling to Searcy, Arkansas to take on the 5th-ranked Harding University Bison. Unfortunately, it was a tough end to the season for the Wonder Boys as Harding came away with a 42-7 victory. Devontae Derrickott and Bruce Livingston ended their Wonder Boys careers with fantastic games. Derrickott finished the game with 11 tackles, a tackle for loss, and a forced fumble, and 2 fumble recoveries. Livingston also finished the game with a double-digit tackle effort with 10 tackles, a tackle for loss, 2 forced fumbles, and had a fumble recovery that ran back for a touchdown. Earlier this week, the Great American Conference announced its football all-conference list, and 8 Wonder Boys made it to the list. Punter Clayton Watson was the only first-team recipient after leading the Great American Conference and 8th in Division II with 42.6 yards per punt. 4 Wonder Boys made the second team as fullback Chris Eastburn, utility player Jabias Cross, defensive end Demetrius Ford, and safety Quay Rose made the list, while defensive end Bruce Livingston, kicker Eric Perez, and running back Braden Stringer made honorable mention. The Golden Suns volleyball team closed out their season this past Thursday, playing for a chance to win the Great American Conference season championship. Unfortunately, the Golden Suns fell to Ouachita Baptist 3-0. Tech lost a tough battle in the first set 26-24, but dropped the second and third set 25-11 and 25-19. The Great American Conference announced their all-conference volleyball list on Wednesday, and making it for Arkansas Tech on the GAC first team was outside hitter Hunter Eschner, and making it on the GAC second team, right side hitter and setter Amanda Milnick. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have Golden Sun volleyball player Matti Dix on set with us to talk about the upcoming Great American Conference Volleyball Tournament. We'll be right back.
Are you a Tech sports fan? Then it's time for you to get rewarded with the Fight On Rewards app. Check into Tech athletic events to earn points and redeem for awesome prizes. You can also interact on social media, fan polls, and post pictures through our fan cam. The app is now available for free through the App Store or the Google Play Store. Looking to get the inside stories of Arkansas Tech athletics? Then be sure to subscribe to Tech Talk, the official podcast of Arkansas Tech Sports, available for free right now on iTunes.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Welcome back to the Tech Sports Report. I'm Matt Jenkins here with Golden Sun volleyball player Matti Dix. Matti, how are you doing this afternoon?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing good, doing good. Volleyball season's just about over with, and I'm a little bit sad about it, aren't you?
Yes, I'm really sad, actually.
But we got to go win a championship.
Exactly.
And you guys, before we talk about the GAC tournament, let's talk about this season, 21-11 in the regular season. Just talk a little bit about the success this season.
Well, we started off this season kind of rough. We have a lot of new players on the team, me including. But we kind of pulled together as a team, especially this last conference game against Harding. We've had a lot of bumps in the road, and
I really think you've seen, kind of like you touching on the Harding game, I really think you've seen this team really start to gel, and gelling at the right time heading into the latter part of the season, heading into conference tournament play.
Yeah, I mean, the Harding game was an amazing game. It was an amazing fight, kind of a whole team effort thing. And then we went down to OBU and kind of freaked out a little bit, but I think we got over that. We were just a little shaky.
Right.
But going to the tournament, we're really confident in ourselves that we're going to perform to the best that we can.
Well, let's jump right into it. The conference tournament you guys are entering as the 4th seed, and you'll open up against Southwestern Oklahoma. What's the mindset of going into a tournament like this? Because do or die. You lose, you're done. You win, you keep going and trying to fight for that NCAA tournament bid.
Exactly. I think just our whole mindset is kind of in this whole season is that just kind of pulling together as a team and not thinking about, oh, well, we need to play not to lose, like we need to play that we're going to win. Because, I mean, we lost to SWASU early in the season, which kind of lit a fire inside of us that we need to go out there and play as hard as we can, and especially play for the seniors this year because we only have 3 seniors. So we always go out there and play to the best that we can, and hopefully the result comes out like we want it to.
If there's one thing the Golden Suns need to do in this tournament that can guarantee them a victory and moving forward, what's the one thing they should do?
Just high energy the whole time. I mean, volleyball is kind of a momentum sport. So if we start out with the momentum and just keep it the whole time, I think we got it.
And I think, I know talking about momentum, I kind of feel like the Great American Conference this year from top to bottom, absolutely strong. I mean, any team in the Great American Conference can beat another team any day of the week.
I mean, we came into the conference being the #1 seed. I guess we weren't really expecting, like that big of a competition. I mean, we knew it obviously wasn't going to be easy, but I mean, within the past years, like we've gotten first in the conference, and I think this year was kind of like a little bump in the road again. And like I said, we have a lot of new players, a lot of freshmen starting, and so they have to play a big role in stepping up in that.
And I think moving forward too, talking about the freshmen and the young players that you have, they're getting better and better and better.
Yeah,
I mean, you included, Rodemers. I mean, you take a look at them. I mean, from game 1 to where they are now, it's impressive just how much they improved, and y'all are still young.
Exactly.
And heading into next year, moving forward, just going to keep getting better and better.
Exactly. And also Amanda Milnick, she's amazing. She's an amazing athlete. I mean, she can hit, set, play defense. I mean, kind of the whole package deal. And along with Hunter, she's only a sophomore, and she got Freshman of the Year last year, and she's leading the conference in many hitting categories in the GAC. So, I mean, we also, the rest of the team is just we're amazing athletes and stuff. So.
Well, and if you want to tune in on the GAC Conference Volleyball Tournament, it'll be on the GAC Sports Network. You can find that on the Great American Conference website if you can't make it out to Hot Springs, Arkansas. Well, let's get to know Matti Dix a little bit. We've done this with a lot of athletes this year. Is there a song or a genre artist that really gets you pumped up heading into a match?
I like Lil Uzi. I like Young Thug, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't.
Hey, I mean,
Kind of rap.
whatever gets you pumped, I'm all for it. Favorite team?
My favorite team is Kansas University, the basketball team.
You got to do the Rock Chalk Jayhawk.
Rock Chalk Jayhawk.
Hey! Why Kansas?
I don't know. I just kind of grew up. I grew up in Kansas, and my whole family's been in KU.
Okay.
KU family, so
Just kind of born into
going
it.
on.
Sure,
Yeah.
absolutely. If it wasn't volleyball, excuse me, what sport would you play?
I would play softball. I played throughout my whole high school career, and I really thought about like doubling up sports, but kind of a little bit too much.
Yeah.
So.
Because it seems like college athletics, I mean, if you try to double up, it can be a lot to handle, especially when you double that with athletics plus your academics is what you're here for.
Exactly. I just think it'd be really hard to do that, but softball would be my second sport.
Last one, and I know you're kind of anxious to answer this. If you were to get into the octagon with Ronda Rousey for a fight, how long would you last? And you can be honest.
I mean, hopefully the whole time, but probably not. Maybe like as soon as the bell rings, I'd be out.
If you could have one teammate in your corner to help you.
Definitely McCall Wilkins. Definitely. I mean, once I came in, I was like intimidated by her, and I mean, a lot of people say that, but she's like one of the nicest people on our team. So.
But when it's go time.
Oh yeah. If I was to get in a fight, I would definitely call her up, be like, hey, like. Come on, I need your help. So.
Well, Matti, good luck in the Great American Conference Tournament. And again, if you want to tune into that, make sure you tune in to the GAC Sports Network on the Great American Conference website. Good luck on the tournament. We appreciate you joining us today.
Thank you.
We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have Golden Suns basketball player Kelsey McClure on set with us. We'll be right back.
I knew Arkansas Tech had an impressive history,
but I didn't know that my professors would look out for my future.
I knew I'd be throwing fastballs on the field, but I didn't know I'd be on the fast track to physical therapy school.
I knew my art professors had years of experience, but I didn't know that I would get real-world experience before graduation.
I knew Tech was close to home, but I didn't know it would feel like home.
Tech has one of the highest graduation rates in the state. Come take a tour of campus and discover what else you don't know about Tech.
If I lose, I'll respond with respect.
If I win, I'll back it up with humility.
If I fail, I'll rise up with honor. It's tough for us to put it all on the line.
Don't undo my hard work with poor sportsmanship.
Respect. It's the name of the game.
Welcome back to the Tech Sports Report. I'm Matt Jenkins here with Golden Sun basketball player Kelsey McClure. Kelsey, how are you doing this afternoon?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm glad to get to interview one of my close friends here in this journalism department.
Yes, it's so glad to get Matt
there
on the
you go.
screen.
We good. All right, well, let's jump right into it. You kicked off the season this past Saturday taking on Layton College. Just talk a little bit about that victory you guys had.
It was great to, interact with the team and see the bond that we have. We get out on the court and just to see us slapping fives and getting energy for, one of our opening games, it was a great experience. We're coming off of, a conference tournament win and, winning the conference in all, and it's good to see that we have that balance and that chemistry of the tradition of winning,
Yeah, and I'm sure it's a lot better now. I mean, you guys are playing against someone different other than yourselves in practice.
Right,
and
right.
Basketball's finally here, and I know you're excited about it, and I'm sure everybody else is excited about it.
Yes, of course. That's what we've been waiting for. We waited on that official practice on October 15th, and ever since then we've been kicking it into gear. So it was great to actually, like you said, instead of scrimmaging each other, beating each other up, getting out there and beating up on somebody else.
Absolutely. Well, this team's a little bit different from what we saw last year. I mean, you're replacing Fatima Adams, which Fatima, I mean, just real quick.
Irreplaceable.
How hard is it going to be to replace her? Not necessarily her, but just a player of her caliber.
It's definitely no replacing Fatima Adams. She is a great player, and she will forever be, remembered at Arkansas Tech just for the things that she has accomplished. So she's a great friend of, of mine, and of course, she's family to the team. And it's definitely, like I said, it's no replacing somebody like that that plays at that type of caliber. So at the end of the day, it's just about strengthening our weaknesses that we feel like we have. And we have a lot of guards coming back, but we also brought in some posts that we feel like, combined, that they are unstoppable as well.
And I feel like the strength of this team is going to be shooting the ball,
right.
Especially during the Lane College game. Just sitting there as a fan perspective, you guys can shoot, and you have a lot of willing shooters out there, and this abounds yourself and a lot of young talent that are coming in as well.
Right. I think it's just the selflessness. At the end of the day, we all know that we can shoot. We all know that we can score. So it's about rotating the ball and moving around to the person that's open at the time. And with us all being threats outside the perimeter, I think that that's important because everybody's trying to guard everybody. So there's going to be that one person that they can't get to fast enough, and that's the good thing about our team. We can all shoot, so whoever gets the ball and is wide open, I'm pretty sure it's going to go in.
So it's going to look like the Golden State Warriors.
Right, definitely.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
27-4 last year. You already mentioned it. GAC Conference Tournament champions. And you did well in the NCAA tournament, advancing to the second round. So what are the expectations heading into this year?
Of course, we want to get a national tournament. We're trying to get that win. And I think it's all about, like I said, the progression of the team. We take it always, as we always have, one game at a time. And we don't worry about the next game before it approaches. We just kind of focus on what we have to do the specific night that we're playing. So at this point, we know what we're capable of. We know the expectations, and it's just all about accountability and sticking to what we know we have to do.
And it seems like, at least from my perspective, on the latter part of last year, you really turned up your game heading into the latter part of the season, especially in the conference tournament, and getting that game-winning buzzer beater in the first round. And now you're in your senior year, which
right.
I'm sure we'll talk more as your year progresses heading closer to the end of the year.
Right.
But as of this year, kicking off the season, is there anywhere that you want to see your game kind of improve or maybe get a little bit better?
I just want to be able to make my teammates better, by my game. I know that I can score. My teammates know, they have confidence in me. They know that I can score. They know that anything that each of us want to do as players, we can do. But it's all about how we can make each other better. So for me, it's about me being a senior, being a leader on and off the court. And when I do step on the court, making sure that I find that balance, that knowing when to shoot, and knowing when to pass, and knowing when to get the ball where it needs to be.
Well, tonight you guys will take on Southwestern Oklahoma State, opening up conference play. A little bit early opening up conference play. That's a little bit different from other conferences you see starting off conference play early in the Great
Right.
American Conference. So what do we need to do to get off on the right foot in conference play?
We have to, start early, start intense very early on in the game. We want to set the tone and set the example. A lot of teams, they want to come in and they want to beat us, so they try to use their strategy. But if we stick to Arkansas Tech basketball, running up and down the floor, making the flow of the game our flow of the game, then I don't think that we'll have a problem at all.
Absolutely. Well, if this is your first time on the Tech Sports Report, we like to get to know all of these student athletes if it's your first time watching. So we just kind of like to dive in, kind of get to know Kelsey a little bit more. So I'll start off with this. What is the one song that just gets your blood pumping right before you run out on the floor?
Oh, man.
If there is one. I'm sure there's a lot that you could pick from.
It's a lot of songs that, honestly, there's not one song that, honestly, if people who know me, it's not one song that can come on that I won't dance to. I will, any song that has any type of beat, I will dance to it. But it's the song that our team really enjoys. I can't even think of the name, but I know it's like it's like We Get Turned Up, and they do the do that right there, and we all just get hype for it. But my favorite song that I honestly could dance to all day, of course, everybody knows that I have a little Millie Rock I like to do. They see it on the screen and everything, when I run out. But other than that, it's a song by Day Day. That's yes, his name is Day Day, and it's called What You Mean. It goes and everybody, see, that's the one right there. That's what I like to do. So gets me hype every time.
Hey, it would me too, but I don't have those dancing skills.
No, you just gotta go with it, man. I'm telling you, it's the flow. I don't have any judgment on anybody, and I don't let anybody judge me. I get out there and I just do it every time.
Favorite athlete?
Oh man. I like LeBron James. Honestly, LeBron James is he's phenomenal. You know, as far as I can watch him all day, and regardless, it's not even the team or what he does or anything like that. It's just the simple fact that he is just a competitor.
Sure.
And every time he gets out there, he shows out every time. As far as a female, you know, Candace Parker will always be my favorite. As far as just her composure as a player and how she holds herself together, and she's just a leader on and off the floor. Of course, Maya Moore, you know. But honestly, I mean, of course I love women's basketball, but I always like to see how aggressive the men get, you know, and how they scrap for the ball and stuff like that. And, of course, college basketball is always fun to watch, you know, either sport. So,
if it wasn't basketball, what would your sport be you'd like to play?
See, that's crazy because, honestly, I would probably play like football. Like,
see, that's what,
I would
yes,
play
ma'am.
football. Like, I mean, of course, you know what I'm saying, the hitting and stuff now these days, I feel like they want to break your neck. But honestly, this is crazy because whenever I was in 6th grade, my dad, he made me play football. Like, he would, I guess just from me being outside with, you know, I love to play outside and play sports. So I would be playing outside football with some of my friends that I grew up with in my neighborhood. And one day he just brought home some pads and a helmet and was like, yeah, you're going to play for a team. And I was like, what? Like, I was nervous. I thought it was crazy. But I went out there and I did everything. I ran kickoff returns, scored touchdowns, and I just thought it was just a crazy and most fun thing in the world. But, of course, as I entered my high school days, I said, you're crazy. I'm definitely not doing that. So,
last one, Ronda Rousey's preparing for her big UFC return here in the next couple months. How long, you can be honest, because we've asked this to the guys with Conor McGregor, but I'm kind of flipping it because I got tired of asking the Conor McGregor question.
Right.
How long would you last in the octagon with Ronda Rousey?
You know, I
appreciate honesty, so be honest.
I feel like I'm pretty powerful. You know, I would give it a fight, definitely. I don't think I would go in there like, oh my goodness, you know, but I feel like they should, since she has an advantage already, that they should give me all the padding that I need for my face. That's really what's important, my face. And they give me the padding to cover my face, you know? They give it, because that's what I care about really, you know, my bones and everything, yeah. Oh my gosh.
Well, let's give you a little bit more assistance. If you could have one teammate in your corner for that match.
Oh man. Well, I can't have the whole team?
You can have the whole team.
I think I should bring the whole team because together we are unstoppable.
That's
we're
what I'm
going to win
talking
that whole match, and she's going to be just defeated.
That is what I'm talking about. Kelsey, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
We're going to take
appreciate
a
it.
quick break. When we come back, we'll have more here on the Tech Sports Report.
I knew I'd follow my heart into the Arkansas Tech nursing program, but I didn't know I'd fall in love with the campus.
I knew I would check out international business, but I didn't know I could check out a mountain bike.
I knew Tech had plenty of degrees that matched my interest.
But I didn't know I wanted to study pre-med.
Or pre-law.
I knew Arkansas Tech had an impressive history,
but I didn't know that my professors would look out for my future.
Tech has one of the highest graduation rates in the state. Come take a tour of campus and discover what else you don't know about Tech.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Welcome back to the Tech Sports Report. I'm Matt Jenkins, and it is now time for our Fight On Rewards Fan Poll Question of the Week, brought to you by Superfan U. This week, our fan poll question is, in the 2014 Great American Conference Volleyball Championship, the Golden Suns overcame how big of a deficit in the 5th set to come away with the GAC Tournament Championship? Is it A4, B5, C6, or D7? Again, you can answer this fan poll question on the Fight On Rewards app, available for free on the App Store for Apple devices or on the Google Play Store for Android devices. And now let us look ahead to see what's upcoming for Arkansas Tech athletics. The Golden Suns basketball team officially opens Great American Conference play tonight as they will take on Southwestern Oklahoma. That game is scheduled for a 5:30 p.m. tip-off inside Tucker Coliseum. And if you can't make it out to the game, there will be live video, audio, and stats available at ArkansasTechSports.com. And then the Wonder Boys basketball team will play immediately following that women's game, and that game is scheduled to begin at 7:30 p.m. To cap off a busy night of Arkansas Tech athletics, the Golden Suns volleyball team also opens the Great American Conference Tournament with a 7:30 p.m. match against Southwestern Oklahoma. That tournament is being played in Hot Springs, Arkansas, and the Suns could potentially play on Friday with a win. The Golden Suns basketball team returns to the court on Saturday as they host Northwestern Oklahoma. That game is scheduled for a 1 o'clock p.m. tip-off. And then the men's team will follow suit with a 3 p.m. tip-off against the Rangers. A reminder that we will have live video, audio, and stats for both of those ball games. And finally on Tuesday, the Golden Suns basketball team will play their third game in just 6 days as they will host Oklahoma Christian inside Tucker Coliseum. That game is scheduled for a 5:30 p.m. tip-off with live video, audio, and stats available for those who cannot make it. And with that, we've reached the conclusion of our Tech Sports Report. Just as a reminder, we will not be having a show next week due to Thanksgiving, but we will return to you guys on December 1st. We appreciate you joining us. I want to wish everybody watching a happy Thanksgiving, and we will see you guys on December 1st for another edition of the Tech Sports Report.